muy interesante. Getting a tattoo, getting a henna. A lot of people are just closing up shop and leaving. I don't know what that is, like a pepper or something, maybe a cucumber? That's a massive donut right there. Really oily. It is dripping. See the drip? Alright, I've just come down to the center of Coyoacan here, and I figured today that I should try the stuffed churro. So this is the Churro Relleno, which means it's a regular churro, and then they stuff it inside with whatever flavor you want. There's peach, there's pineapple, there's chocolate, there's Nutella and chocolate are like the same thing, strawberry, and whatever else they have. You can choose from what you want. It is 22 pesos, so a little more than $1, but not by much. And this is what it looks like. He takes the churro, he rolls it in the sugar, and then he puts it in the bag, and then he takes this like squeeze bottle, the squirter, and he stuffs it in there, and then he just fills it up and it explodes all over the place. That sounded a little dirty, but you know what I mean. And that's what you come out with. This is the result here. It is a strawberry churro. Now I was very indecisive for a second on what to choose. I almost went with the Nutella, but the strawberry seemed pretty good. And it actually looks pretty appealing too. So for 22 pesos, about $1, let's give this a try. Muy interesante. I think this churro is a little stale. I've seen them sitting there and it wasn't too busy, so maybe it's not their freshest, but still a little warm. That fresa, that strawberry, has cooled it down a bit. The best thing about these churros is it's really soft in the inside and hard on the outside, so you get that crunch and the softness in the middle. And then the strawberry makes it even more soft. It's a bit messy. Now the other day I tried the regular one without it being stuffed, and I think having it stuffed is much better. And this is a tradition, or maybe not a tradition, but a local food that a lot of people get. And when you walk around this area, you see everybody with this. You find this in all parts of the city. You know what would be interesting? If they can stuff this with chocolate and strawberry. Now that would be really good. It's a little messy. My face is getting really strawberry. So I've come out into the center here in Coyoacan because I'm in search for something particular. Now, in my journey of Spanish learning, I have had one Spanish book where I learned from and I completed it. And now I'm in hunt for like another book, either some type of book for grammar or a reading book, so I can continue practicing, because I feel like I'm hitting a dead end with Spanish learning and I need some more motivation rather than just using YouTube and using the internet. So there's a few markets around here and I want to just walk through them and see if I can spot any books. I've seen some books in there before when I went through, but they seemed like they were just chapter reading books, and I'm afraid that a book that is like that might be a little difficult for me to understand without having to look up every single word. So I'm gonna see what I can find, so let's go see what it is like. So it is Wednesday. No, is it Wednesday or is it Thursday? I don't know, I think it's Wednesday. And most of these stalls aren't really open to the fullest like they would be on the weekend. So it might be quite limited, but we're gonna see for ourselves. Alright, market number one is not much of a success. Most of the stalls in here are closed. So on to the next one, which is a quick walk away. Meanwhile, look at the design of this building here. You can see the tiles on the wall. A lot of the houses are like this. Lots of books. It looks like a real bookstore. I mean, look, Harry Potter, books that are well known, that are world famous. And have a look here. Well, that bookstore was definitely cool, but there turned out to be nothing that I could really use. Most of it was advanced reading and some magazines. So I'm gonna head to another market and see if there's anything in there. And then if there's nothing in there, there's another place that's kind of like a outdoor library, I think. And it's on the way back to where I gotta go, so we'll find out. Now this market is more likely to have something, but there are some shops that are closed. These markets sell everything from jewelry to clothes to crafts to getting a tattoo, getting a henna, you name it, it's pretty much here. Place. This is a library called El Sultano, and they have more books here. Let's see if they have maybe a grammar book or something that I can use for learning. It started downpouring while I was in there in that bookstore or that library, and now it's continuing to rain, so I was just trying to kill as much time in there as I could to see if the rain would stop, but it hasn't stopped. And I did buy one book. It's some comic about an Argentinian girl that has to deal with life there and living in poverty, I think. So it's a comic, and I believe maybe a comic would be a good way to start reading. So yeah. I would take it out and show you a little bit of it, but it is raining. Now it's really coming down. It's like raining really hard, and a lot of people are just closing up shop and leaving. Not really the stores, but more of the little small vendors that are on the side, like the market, near the market. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner. I need to get something to eat. I'm hungry. And there's a few places near the apartment where I can grab food and bring it back. But the problem is, even though I have an umbrella, this rain is going sideways. The umbrella's not going to help. So, I don't know. And normally, it doesn't rain in Mexico City like this. Usually it rains in the evening real quick. It's like a light rain, and then that is it. But today, it's really raining. I guess that rain is finally caught up. So I got this weird light here because the lighting is really bad, but I'm trying to eat these tamales, and I ordered 2 tamales. They're both 26 pesos a piece, so a little more than $1. So one of them is a Mexicano tamale. It's falling apart, but this is it here. It has some corn. It has some, I don't know what that is, like a pepper or something, maybe a cucumber. Not sure what's in there, but super good. Buen dia, good morning. It's the next day. Last night I devoured them tamales. One was a Mexican tamale and the other one was like a red sauce tamale or something like that. They were really good. They were really oily though, so my hands got covered in grease and the camera got covered in grease, and and the lighting was super bad in the place I was staying, so I decided to just kind of eat them. But anyways, it's the next day. I'm headed to a bakery that's right next to my apartment, and I want to get some dessert to have with the coffee this morning. It's pretty early right now. It's 8:30 in the morning, so we're gonna head into this bakery and see what we can get. I don't really know the mask rule here, but it appears that everyone wears them inside of stores and stuff. So I put it on just in case. Wow, so it turns out that they're unloading the truck as I went in there, so they didn't have that many things, but I did pick up a chocolate covered donut, and it is absolutely massive. So when I get inside, I'll have to show it to you. The donut costs 33 pesos, so it's almost $2, maybe $1.50 or something, but that's because it is massive. These donuts kind of put the donuts in the United States to shame. It's crazy how big they are. Okay, this is probably a really weird angle, but I don't know, I'm trying something new. Got the GoPro up there, and I'm back with my pastry from the little panaderia, the bakery that's next door to me. I also got a nice hot big coffee. I don't even really like hot coffee, but what can you do? So when you go to the bakeries here, you get a pastry. They wrap it in some sort of clear paper and they put it in the bag and it's ready to go. Now, I was saying that this donut is absolutely humongous. Like, I mean, look at this thing. For size comparison, like, that's a massive donut right there. A massive donut. Oh, it looks delicious. Before I get into it, I need to take a photo. There's no way I'm eating this entire donut because this thing has to be like 1,000 calories or something. How do I do this without getting messy? It's probably impossible. Cheers. Let's do this donut here. Oh, it's so big I can't even bite it. I need to do some jaw workouts before I eat this thing. Wow. Oh. It's so thick, like there's so much donut dough in there. And then the Boston, not the Boston, I almost call it a Boston cream. And then the chocolate frosting on the top. Now if it was filled with the Boston cream pudding, ooh, that would be even better, but it's really sweet, like super sweet. Wow, it's really big, really hard to eat, really sweet, but really good. So today I want to do a couple more things. There's a place really close to here called Cineteca Nacional del Mexico. So it's like it's the national cinema of Mexico. And it looks really cool. It's designed really well, but it's supposed to show a huge video library, the history of movies and all of this different aspects to it. But I mean, I'm not really into movies too much and I don't know too much about them, but it seems really cool. It seems like something that's interesting to do, walk around and, I don't know, explore. And also near there's a really good food place that's really recommended to try a different type of food. So today we're gonna try something different. So for now, I'm gonna eat this donut a little bit more, hopefully not too much, have some coffee, do some work on the laptop, and then get out into the city when, yeah, the day wakes up some more because it's still pretty early. It's only 9 o'clock. So, peace. All right, I have left the Airbnb, and today on the agenda, like I was saying earlier, there are 2 places to go. I'm a bit hungry now after eating that donut and having that coffee earlier. Now I am on my way to a place that is located under the bridge, like the main highway, or one of the main highways. It's a place called Gorditas y Carnitas y Zacazonapan. And I'm not really sure what the Zacazonapan translates to, but basically this place sells 2 types of local Mexican food that is very popular: Gorditas and Carnitas. Now Carnitas are like pork, maybe shredded pork tacos, and Gorditas are like these, I don't know how to explain it, but something that's almost like stuffed kind of between like a piece of bread or flour. And from what I read online, it's very similar to like arepas in Colombia and Venezuela. So we're gonna head there. I'm gonna eat some gorditas y some carnitas, probably 1 and 1, because I think it's really heavy in oil and fat, and if you eat too much, probably not gonna be too good. Alright, so I've made it to the Gordita y Carnitas place called Zacazonapan. And here on my plate I have 1 gordita and 1 carnita. So the gordita is with chicharron. It has some onion, some cilantro, some green sauce. I didn't get the red sauce because I think the red sauce is a little more spicy. And honestly, I'm not feeling too much spice today. I had some spice recently and I think I gotta take a couple days off from the spice. But I'm gonna add some more lime to it. Never go wrong with lime. We got a seed in there. Alright, so first up, let's go with the carnita. Carnita is just some shredded pork meat with the green sauce, the onions, the cilantro, and everything. A nice warm tortilla. Here we go. So good. The cilantro and the onions are really fresh. The meat is really like oily, but really flavorful. A little bit of fat on there. You can see it, taste it. But I'm glad I went with that green sauce because it's got a little kick to it, but it's not too hot. One of my favorite things about eating tacos and different dishes here in Mexico is the lime. The lime is like the icing to the cake, always. You can see here, this is the carnita, the pork. There's a little bit of fat on one side. Chewing it is very easy. For 20 pesos, which is about $1, that's a good taco right there. Now we have the gordita. The gordita is totally different. As you can see, there's a bread on each side. It's kind of like the repa, how they stuff it in the middle with the meat. Chicharron is a type of pork that is inside, and it's real crispy. Like, this is pretty solid, it's not flimsy, and it's really, really oily. I don't know if you can see that, but there's just loaded with oil. And I was watching, the way they make it is they take some of the dough, or the flour, I believe it's flour, and then they stuff the meat inside it, they roll it in a ball, and then they press it onto the hot griddle, or the hot flat top, and then they flip it a couple times until it's ready, and it's ready to go. So let's try this. Really crunchy, really oily. It is dripping. See the drip? I don't know if it's oil and lime or what, but phenomenal. My hands are really oily. But it's also from the chicharron inside. That meat is a little oily as well. And I had it in a couple different places, like in Peru, in Colombia, and oh, it's so good. Now, something of this size, you could probably eat 2 or 3 of these, but the truth is, you might not want to eat 2 or 3 of these because they're really oily. It's a lot of fat, but it's really good. For 20 pesos, it's beautifully made and it tastes wonderful. Also, the place that I'm at here, it's like a lunch spot. So in the evening they close. I think they close at about 5 o'clock or something. So people come here during their lunch break from work, or I don't know, when passing through. Well, this is good for lunch because it's not too heavy. It's a little bit light, but a little bit oily. I just love how quick it is to make these, and you order, they serve it to you, you eat it, and you're done within like 10 minutes. It's a very quick process. That's how a lot of street food and different traditional food items are here in Mexico. A couple things to note here at this location is that it's under the bridge, so it can be a little bit noisy. The sound echoes from some of the traffic coming around, but it's not all that bad. If you're lucky, you can find the table that's behind it or on the side where there's less noise. And also it's very interesting because the actual place where they're doing the cooking and the preparing, it's made out of like a shipping container. And you can see on the banner up there, it says they've been around since 1960, so you're talking about 62 years. And also on the banner it says that these are the original Gorditas, which is pretty authentic, I guess. But that was phenomenal. For 2 of those, I paid a total of 40 pesos, which is about $2. You can't beat it. And now I'm going to head to the Cineteca, the place where you can learn about the movie industry. So it's pretty cool. They advertise the different rooms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it goes up to like 9 or something. But it shows you the different times, the different day, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today is Thursday. Their first showing isn't really till 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, 2:15 there's one. But it looks like most of the movies are after 2, but it's all in Spanish, as you can see. Oh, there's 10 different rooms. It goes all the way up to 10, so there's 10 separate theaters that you can watch a movie in. there's many different ones playing, and then it shows you like some features here and a little description about each one, and with the title and with like a movie cover or movie thumbnail. I wonder if any of them are in English or if they have English subtitles. Let's walk around and explore this place some more. So I just stuck my head in that door, and it's a big theater room. Looks pretty cool. I don't know if you can actually go in there, so I didn't go in because I didn't want to get in trouble. Seems like a cool area to go on a date or with some friends or a family. Muy interesante. Ah, cool. Okay, so it shows you the different rooms, like room number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it appears that all the doors are open, so maybe you can go in. I don't know. They have some magazine shops, some bookstores, cafes, restaurants, fancy tree. Hola. Huh? Well, unfortunately, as I was walking around the Cinoteca there, that cinema area, a security guard came up to me and was basically telling me, you can't film, you need permission. And I don't understand, why do you need permission for every single thing you want to record a video about here in Mexico City? And I was like, can I use my phone? And he's telling me, no, you need permission. Anything like professional. I'm like, professional? I think professional should be if you're getting paid for it, you know? Not getting paid for it, it's like a personal hobby. But yeah, unfortunately, because of that, I stopped filming and just walked around. But there's plenty of restaurants, plenty of like cafes and areas you can eat while you're in there. And it seems like a cool area. There was a lot of young people, like teenagers and some young adults that are just like being all lovey-dovey, cuddling. But yeah, definitely a cool place to go watch a movie. It seems like a unique experience. But now, yeah, I've left. Alright, well, I'm walking around the center of Coyoacán now, and I think that's going to be it for this video. In this video, I spent a couple days exploring around the district some more, trying some more food, you know, going into some of the shops and things like that. And yeah, that's going to be it. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video from Mexico City. So today, I want to do a couple more things. There's a place very close to here called like Cine. It's something Cine, and it has something to do with movies, I think, or art. I don't know. I better look at it. But it's real easily, you're real,